and stepped into a cavernous room. It was filled from floor to ceiling with tidy red and green packages. More traveled on a conveyor belt along the room's edge, each one stamped with the word Kringle. Chris Torn marveled at this modern technology, the likes of which she'd never seen before. It at last dawned on her that she must have been frozen for centuries. Just then, a bearded young man entered the room and startled at the sight of this striking woman. She looked up at him with fear in her eyes, but before she could utter a word, the man reached for her hand. "Poor thing, you look absolutely frozen. Come, sit by my heater." Soon, Chris Torn, wrapped in an old woolen blanket, was sipping hot cider in his small, cluttered room in the back. A large sack of presents sat at her feet. "Forgive the mess. I haven't seen anyone in months, but the stars have aligned for our meeting tonight. I'm Noah," he added, but she remained silent. "Welcome to the largest Kringle shipping center in the Southern Hemisphere," he continued proudly, met by more silence. "Surely you've heard of the Kringle Corporation?" She shook her head. "Kringle, you see, is the new Santa Claus. Our job is to make sure each and every present gets to its destination by Christmas Eve. You see that boat out there?" He pointed through the window toward the ocean. "Well, very soon that boat will be sailing to America with the first shipment to our Kringle headquarters in the Northeast. No need for Santa himself now that we have Kringle." Furious thoughts raced around inside Chris Torn's head. She couldn't believe that her brother had abandoned Christmas. Had the holiday become so focused on presents that he had forgotten her and their mutual purpose? Her disappointment slowly turned into a familiar rage. Just then, the ship blew its horn, and Noah ran to the window. "I've got to get these last packages on that ship before it takes off," Noah sighed. "Sometimes I miss the simple Christmases from when I was a boy. Don't you, Miss?" But when he turned around, Chris Torn was gone, and so was the sack of presents. A little while later, the ship blasted its horn again and pulled out to sea. The Christmas witch was on board, hidden away in some netting. She looked back to the shore. There in the snow, a mountain of packages had been set ablaze. They had been arranged to spell out words that could be read all the way from the ship. "You better watch out." The Christmas witch was fast asleep on the deck as the ship snaked its way up the Atlantic. She dreamt she was a child again, laying in her bed in the little house with the thatched roof, looking up at the same stars she now sailed under. She was ill, and Lutzelfrau was tending to her. From the hole in her floor, she watched the old woman empty a sack of mushrooms into her large pot on the fire. As she stirred, she spoke these words: "Turkey tail and lion's mane, and now the charm is wound. Reishi, Lingji, heal the pain, the ties are tightly bound." She continued chanting as a cloud of smoke filled the entire house, and then she was there beside Chris Torn in the haze. "But Mother, how do I get my powers back?" Chris Torn asked. Shh. You must rest now, my child," Lutzelfrau answered. "That will come in time. Here, eat this." And she offered her spoonful after spoonful of hot mushroom soup. When she awoke, the ship had docked in a port on the Delaware Bay. Down below, men and women unloaded box after box from the ship's hold. Chris Torn threw a rope ladder over the railing and dropped quietly into the water, swam to the bank of the river, and disappeared among the trees. The night was dark, starless, and silent as she stumbled through the woods. The bare trees formed an eerie canopy overhead. No birds nestled in their branches, no squirrels or